Happy Hen here again, and today, since I've been making dinners, I decided to make a dessert because everybody loves dessert. So we're making peanut butter chip cupcakes, courtesy of recipesnobs.com, which that's a great name, and they used to be food snots, and I fell in love with them when they were food snots, so it's even better when they're recipe snobs. And let me tell you a little bit about this recipe. It's a recipe for peanut butter cupcakes, and it's got a recipe for peanut butter frosting. But I'm going to use just plain old Duncan Hines chocolate frosting because while I love peanut butter, I don't love peanut butter. But if I was making this for my brother-in-law, I would definitely do peanut butter frosting too because we recently found out he's part peanut butter. So, the first thing they want you to do is preheat your oven to 350. And I have a new cameraman today, so if we get a little giggly, sorry about that. 350 oven, half a cup of milk with a teaspoon of vanilla, and set that aside. So I've already done that. Then a cup of flour, your just basic all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and set that aside. And then I've already in my bowl have a half a cup of sugar and half a cup of packed brown sugar and 6 tablespoons of butter. So the first thing, of course, they always want you to do is to mix that up. So we're going to get that going. Once this is fully incorporated, they want us to add our eggs, which I get to use my chicken eggs today. Here's some of my eggs from my hens. This is not the hen that laid those eggs though. So I've got those. So once your sugar and butter are nice and mixed, you're going to add 2 eggs. And you're going to blend this until smooth. Then we're going to slowly mix in our key ingredient, which is our peanut butter. So I can slowly use this because I've got this great handy dandy little Pampered Chef measuring spoon. Just get that out. And I just use, it calls for natural smooth peanut butter, and so I used Jif. Once that's in, you're going to add half of your flour mixture. You're going to get that going. And once this is completely and totally incorporated, and you can tell what that looks like, you're going to add your milk mixture with your vanilla. Have a little spillage. Then you're going to add the remaining flour mixture. Then when this is all done, they ask you to add 2 cups of chocolate chips by hand. 2 things on this. I don't mix anything with my hands because that's just unsanitary, so I'm going to use a spatula. The second thing is, I don't measure my chocolate chips, I just dump them. So, who doesn't love chocolate? So when you come back, we'll put them in our muffin tins and see how that goes. Chocolate chips in, probably too many, so it's going to be very chocolatey, but that's okay. It's a pretty thick consistency, and I'm going to have to bake it, all the rest of the batter, to be able to tell you how many it's making, so I'll tell you that after we put this in the oven. So, our cupcakes made 20 cupcakes with this size cupcake. Here's a pretty picture of it uniced, and here's with our Duncan Hines whipped chocolate frosting. And it took 26 minutes for me to bake it at 350. The recipe calls for 22, so you may have to play with that. So let's see how we go. They are very good. Very moist, very peanut buttery. I don't think I could take peanut butter frosting, so the chocolate was perfect. Hope you enjoyed this, and thanks again to recipesnobs.com.